Hello and welcome to another edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. Right off the bat on the old show today. Well, the folks over at Tesla have really been a lot of good news here lately. After having a very difficult back half of the year, this year has really started off well with the company, with actual stock prices doing extremely well. Consumer Reports came out and made it a top pick, which is a very big oddity that especially an American startup manufacturer can get that particular distinction, especially from the folks over at Consumer Reports. And all this good fortune and all this good stock prices means that Tesla is really going to put in a huge investment in a inexpensive battery plant that they're planning on building here in the United States. And they're throwing it all in, $5 billion that they're planning on investing in this particular company. Now, this battery plant is going to be built somewhere here in the United States. They're talking about Nevada, Arizona, Texas, or New Mexico are going to get this particular plant. They're planning by the year of 2020 that they're going to build as many batteries in that one plant that more than that was actually built over the entire year of 2013 all around the world. Now, this plant is supposedly going to be on track and on track fast. It's going to be very interesting to see what comes of this. Now that Tesla, for being a startup manufacturer, has become quite the powerhouse here in the United States, with stock prices soaring, and the cash flow has been coming in pretty well for this particular company over the past several months. Speaking of another startup manufacturer that has been doing very, very well, even though they've been around for a tad longer, the Koenigsegg folks from Sweden. Actually, we get a little sneak peek of the new car that they're going to show off at the Geneva Motor Show, the long-rumored 1:1. Now, that actually meaning that this vehicle is going to make a horsepower for every kilogram of weight that this vehicle is going to weigh, which is going to mean that this thing is going to be extremely light and extremely powerful. Now, the vehicle has a 5-liter twin variable geometry turbocharged engine. This engine is going to be putting out 1,340 brake horsepower, and of course that means that the car is going to be weighing 1,340 kilograms, which is 2,954 pounds. This vehicle is going to be extremely lightweight, focusing in on the interior as well. Full carbon fiber seats, the center console's carbon. A lot of this vehicle has a lot of carbon fiber overlay on this vehicle, making it extremely light. Koenigsegg's probably one of my favorite supercar manufacturers. A very small manufacturer, builds them in an air hangar in Sweden, and they build pretty much every section of this automobile themselves. Full development, full building. They are a heck of a company. Now let's get down to some of the brass tacks when it comes to this particular automobile, as this thing's going to show some extreme performance numbers from what everything they're talking about. This vehicle is going to have enough downforce. In fact, at speeds of 150 to 160 miles an hour, this car is going to be developing 1,344 pounds of downforce. They're talking about the cornering ability of this automobile being around 2 Gs, which is mind-blowing as far as that's concerned. This vehicle is reaching power numbers as far as the downforce numbers and things like this that are comparable to the McLaren P1, which is hugely impressive. And this vehicle is going to weigh out horsepower and outweigh, as far as less weight, than the Bugatti Veyron. The new Veyron Supersport makes 1,183 brake horsepower, but weighs over 4,000 pounds. So this is a featherweight, not to mention a lot more power underneath the hood. Koenigsegg says that they actually didn't build this particular automobile to go for top speed, but they're still talking that even from this rear-wheel drive platform, this vehicle is going to be able to exceed 270 miles an hour, which is monstrously impressive. I cannot wait to see if they actually take this thing to the Nürburgring Nordschleife loop. We get a lap time around there. Not to mention the United Kingdom's Top Gear track. That would be pretty exciting. Now, Koenigsegg is actually only going to build a handful of these, only 6 of them. And if you've got a hankering for one, it's already too late. All 6 of them are already spoken for and paid for. So we'll hopefully get a little bit more stuff about this come Geneva, which is only in a handful of days. Next up on the list, well, this is the Dodge Challenger RT Shaker Edition. And if you've been wanting to got a hankering for this particular automobile and wanted to get one of these from your local Dodge dealership, it's already too late, because in 4 days, when they opened up the ordering bank, all 2,000 of these have already been spoken for. The Chrysler Corporation's on quite of a roll with the Ram 1500 diesel selling out in a couple of days, and now this Challenger edition selling out in 4 days. Hugely impressive for the manufacturer, but I'm sure that they're going to build some more of these, hopefully, down the line. The package was pretty inexpensive, only $2,500, up from the standard price of the RT edition of the Challenger anyway. So I guess it was kind of a no-brainer if I was concerned, if I was interested in a Challenger, to get this particular package. But it's already too late. The next shot, this is a little screenshot from the brand new Need for Speed movie, where the main character actually gets picked up by somebody in a brand new 2015 Ford Mustang. This brand new Mustang is actually the star of a brand new television ad for Ford and for the Mustang brand. And if you want to get your grubby little mitts on this particular car, well, you need to get on down to the April 12th, 2014 Barrett-Jackson auction that will actually be selling this automobile, and all the proceeds will be going to charity. It'll actually be going to the Henry Ford Health System program. So this is a pretty interesting little car. Going to be a movie car, and then not to mention it's going to be bring quite the money at auction. Barrett-Jackson, April 12th of 2014. And that's all there was that I thought was worth talking about for this week's Motor Cars Enthusiast. If you want to jump on over to the Facebook page, the link's down in the show notes. You can actually check out that Ford ad for that brand new Mustang. Also, if you want to subscribe to the channel, you can do so at any time and get the first dibs on the brand new shows as soon as they come out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again real soon.